Evangelist Perry Stone giving a shocking 2020 election parallel to the days of Noah. And while we're going to get into all of what he had to say, it even includes the recent death of Bible prophecy teacher Irvin Baxter. Before I go any further, guys, really quick, if you enjoy the daily content I provide for here on YouTube, I encourage you could help support the ministry here for as little as $5 a month. Patreon.com/conservative truth. That link in the description gets you access to over 25 exclusive podcasts where I talk more about sensitive information. You get the alerts for anything that goes out on a Patreon. Unlike YouTube, you're not going to be notified of all the videos that I put out, even if you have that bell selected, because YouTube doesn't like me. But I know you guys do like me, so when you get on watching me here, browse back to check what you've missed. Please like this video, share it, hit the bell, subscribe, and wear the glasses because I'm blind. So, what is this prophetic parallel that Perry Stone was talking about here? Well, we're going to break this down. This was very interesting to me. Now, you know, the Bible talks about in the last days, it's going to be like the days of Noah. As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be in the days leading up to the coming of the Son of Man, the return of Jesus Christ, our Messiah. Perry Stone laid this out very nice. Now, if you look at our election day, which was on November 3rd, if you go over to the Hebrew calendar, this would represent the 17th of Heshvan, okay? This would represent the day of the 17th of Heshvan. Now, what's so significant about that day? Well, that particular day, that particular time coincides with the same time that the flood was happening in Noah's day. Now, let's take things even a little bit further than that. Also at the same time, we had Methuselah, which was the oldest, the oldest living man during that time, 969 years old. This man was doing everything he could to help with Noah, warning people about the floods that were coming, everything like that. 17th of Heshvan, which coincides, like I said, with our November 3rd election. What that represents is that is the beginning of the floods. What happened on that day? It was the release of the universal floods that flooded the earth. We knew that's what God did. He sent the flood to the earth. Now, same timing here. Methuselah ends up passing away at the same time. He died at the age of 969 years old. Same time. There's somebody else who died on election day, November 3rd, 2020. And that was Bible prophecy teacher Irvin Baxter. So interesting here that you have two men of God who coincidentally were doing everything they could to warn people about what was to come, right? You had Methuselah, who was warning people about the coming floods. You had Irvin Baxter, who was warning people about the signs leading up to the return of Christ, all the impending judgments, all the signs that Jesus talked about in Matthew chapter 24. Well, so does this mean that we're looking at flooding again on the earth right now like it was in Noah's time? Not that kind of flooding, but a different kind of a flooding that could be a flooding of trouble that's going to come across this land. Now, let's even take things a step further. So now you have the parallel between the 17th of Heshvan to our election day, representing the universal reign, okay, the floods that were to come. How long did the floods last, according to what the Bible says about in Noah's time? 40 days and 40 nights, right? If you look exactly from our election day, November 3rd, 2020, if you go to the next day, the 4th, you go 40 days out from that, you land on December the 14th. What's significant about December 14th? That is the day that the Electoral College makes their decision on basically saying who the next president of the United States will be. 40 days from that point. That is incredible to me when you look at that parallel, because we don't know what's going to happen in this time frame. Now, this 40-day period we're in right now, which I truly believe, you look at just look at the parallels. This 40 days that we're currently in right now, leading up to Electoral College, could be some of the most turbulent times that we have experienced really ever in the history of our country. We don't know exactly, like I said, what's going to happen, but there's going to be a huge decision. And what do you see right now? People are losing their minds, right? Because we don't have a clear-cut winner, at least at the time that I'm recording this video. Okay, if you're watching this after the fact, you know what? We already have the winner announced, and we might have gone through those rough and rocky times like I'm speaking about. So very interesting here. You had two men of God who both had passed away. 17th of Heshvan, our election day, representation of the universal flood coming, a flood going out through across America, a flood of trouble though, not of actual rain. And then 40 days from the election leading up to the Electoral College decision was the same time frame that Noah had during the 40 days and 40 nights of the floods in his time. It's amazing to me to see the parallels here. God shows us this often, all the time. We're really getting to that point, ladies and gentlemen. The return of Christ is so near. It is so near. Now, this wasn't meant to, he wasn't saying who the winner was going to be. No, that wasn't anything like that at all. This is just meant to show you a parallel that oftentimes, you always say like how America would often repeat the same mistakes that ancient Israel made. It's no different here, just a different kind of a parallel. Well, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know down below in the comment section. I will put the link to the full video where Perry goes into this down below in the description section if you guys would care to check that out. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll be back with more. You guys take care. Please be safe out there. God bless each and every single one of you, and I'll talk with you soon.